Now that we've gone through the very technical exercise of discovering every single diatonic triad in every single major key, there is a very tough question you could ask me, which is, why should I care about diatonic triads at all? Good question. So here's the reason why you should care about them. There's a lot, first of all. One is, if you are going to learn how to play songs by ear, if that's a thing that you're going to care to learn how to do in your life, then knowing diatonic triads is like unbelievably important. Why is that? Because when you learn a song by ear, typically this is how you would go about doing it. You're going to put some headphones in, and by the way, you're definitely going to use headphones or a good speaker, not like terrible iPhone speakers. You're going to listen to the song. You're going to determine the key. And so you're going to figure that out by figuring out what note is home. And that note is going to be, let's say the note is D. Let's say, here it is. This is home for whatever song you're listening to. And you know that it's in the key of D major. And so now you're listening to the bass line, and the bass line is going to give you hints as to what the root notes of each of the chords are in the song. And so you're going to be thinking, oh, here's D. And so I'm hearing this note in the bass, and I count 1, 2, 3, 4 up to that chord, or up to this bass note, and then I think, oh, this is the 4th scale degree of the key of D, and so most likely that chord is going to be a major chord because it's based on the 4th scale degree. And I know that in D major, in the key of D major, the 4th scale degree is G, so that's probably a G major chord. So imagine like all of the possible chords that exist in all of music. And now when you're listening to a song, you're like, okay, I'm trying to figure out what chords there are. There's so many options. But when you know the diatonic triads in a key, and you know that a song is in the key of D, for instance, that takes the entire possibility space of all of music and it narrows it significantly so that you can make a very educated guess as to what chords are in the song. Now, is it always going to be the case that if you're playing a song in the key of D major that, and you hear this bass note, that the chord based on the 4th scale degree is always going to be major? It's not 100% true, especially when we get into jazz and more complicated songwriting. There are ways to break the rules. But for most pop songs that you're listening to, if you're listening to pop, rock, just pretty much most of the songs you're listening to on the radio, there's like an 80% chance that those kinds of guesses are going to be correct. So that's reason number one why you care about diatonic triads, because it makes learning songs by ear super, super fast. And just to give you a sense of that, I was terrible at learning songs by ear when I first started learning how to play the piano. I was absolutely terrible. And when I learned about this trick, I improved like 10x overnight. And I am now at the point where if a person requests a song that I've never seen before, like if I'm playing a dueling piano gig, it's like, here, play this song, and they give a really nice tip, and it's like, oh my God, I really want to play the song for them, but I've never heard it. I can say to my partner who's playing across me, hey, will you take care of the next couple songs? I'm going to go in the back and listen to this right now. And I can generally listen to it and figure it out like on the fly because of this trick. So if it's a simple song, like if it's a country tune or a pop tune, and if it's like just a normal popular song and it's not very complicated, I can just go in the back and it's like, oh, okay, pretend there's a piano in the back, and so I go and sit at a piano and I'm listening to the song and I just plunk it out. I can listen to a song and probably know what the chords are within I don't know, a couple minutes. So that's a very powerful skill, and it's available to you even if you think you're not very good at learning songs by ear because of this amazing trick. So that's one of the superpowers of the major scale and diatonic triads. Why else would you care about diatonic triads? Well, if you're a songwriter, if you're playing, let's say I'm a songwriter and I want to write a song in the key of D. All right, so here's my first chord. Well, let's say that I was just writing my first ever song and I wanted to write a catchy tune based on a very simple chord progression. Well, a really simple common chord progression is 1, 4, 5. And so I know that it's like, oh great, I want to play a 1, 4, 5 progression in the key of D. Okay, well, I know that the 1 is a D major, The 4 is a G major because every 4 chord is a major, and the 5 chord is also major. So I have D, G, A, all major, and then back to D. And I could just pick any groove I wanted. And so let's play a made-up song right now. And so that's my song that I just wrote because I wanted to play a 1-4-5 progression in the key of D. Here's another reason why you would care about diatonic triads. Let's say you are playing a song for yourself. Let's say you're learning a song for yourself. You looked at the chords, and you found out the chords were G, E minor, C, and D, our favorite chord progression from before. So we have G, E minor, C, and D. Well, now because I know about diatonic triads, I know that this song is in the key of G, and it is a 1-6-4-5 progression in the key of G. And so if I'm talking to a bass player or a guitar player and I say, oh, play the song with me, it's just a 1-6-4-5 in the key of G, they're going to know exactly what you're talking about if they know anything about music theory. And then you're going to be able to say to them, actually, you know what, this song is too high for my voice. Can we take it down to F? And they're going to say, oh, sure, no problem. Why? Because it's still a 1-6-4-5 progression. Now it's just a whole step lower. So instead of G, E minor, C, and D major, you're going to take it down to F, and let's go over the F major scale. So F, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, back to 1. So I know that in F, the 1 is F, the 6 is D, the 4 is B flat, and the 5 is C. And so now I can just play a 1-6-4-5 progression in the key of F, and I remember that the 1 is major, the 6 is minor, the 4 is major, and the 5 is major. And so if my original song was in G, let's take it to F. This is what it would sound like. And so being able to transpose songs like that is also one of the superpowers that you get when you care about major triads, or when you care about diatonic triads. So those are 3 really big, awesome, important reasons why you should care, and why you should be grateful to yourself for pushing through watching those very technical videos on learning all the diatonic triads, because now this superpower is available to you.